Hey, kids. You're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
Prepare for the SML Podcast.
Howdy.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Sorry about that. I have a 6 a.m. flight, so I had to get a couple things done.
Oh, jeez. Where are you going?
I'm going to South Dakota.
Why?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Why? Because they offered me enough money to go to South Dakota. There's no
There's
other
enough
reason
money
to.
for that?
Shockingly, yes. I wouldn't have thought that either, but
40 bucks in a
guess
handy gets you a lot these days. I mean,
Yeah.
very
Did
true.
you just say $40 in a handy?
Yes.
Well, you have to understand, for me, a handy's a real novelty. I can't do it myself. So for me, I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's always the stranger then.
Yeah. Are we alive, by the way, right now? Because that's a good way to start.
oh, I guess we are now. So what's up, everyone? This is the
There we
SML
go.
Podcast. I am your host, Joe. Jacob and Aki are here. Bree is off this week. She is tending to some personal matters. Our best go out to her and her friends and cohorts. But Ryan Niemiller's here to talk about crazy stuff in her replacement. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm good. I get to go to South Dakota.
Why?
How can I not be good?
That
I'm
is
so
that
happy.
is oh man.
Fucking
You could be not going to South Dakota. That's right there.
You know what? Had not considered. I'm gonna cancel. You're right.
Fair.
Fucking
Very fair.
No, I'm good. It was a stressful day. I had to take my sweet boy to go get some shots.
Oh,
That's always fun.
That sucks.
Yeah, he's just old enough where you can see the betrayal in his face now. Anytime you do something like that, so that's cool.
no, if you want to see joy in someone's face, you could look at my face because Victor and Trash Rando both just subbed on Twitch. Thank you both so much for the subs. 18 and 14 months. That's crazy. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm still holding Simon, who is demanding attention. So Ryan, your travels, that is because you're a stand-up comedian for people who might not know you. Tell us about yourself for the people who are new to the program or new to you.
I'm a stand-up comedian. I travel.
Damn, that was good.
That was a good interview. Thank you so much for joining us.
That was my spring training is starting for baseball, so that was my major league, the play-by-play guy. If you've seen that movie, the fly ball caught. That's what I did. Some of you may be familiar with me. I was on America's Got Talent a few years ago. I got third place. Then a pandemic happened, and my career went to shit. Now I'm getting it back going again. That's my thing, and I am also a big gamer. I think that's probably how you found me, Joe. If I'm not,
that is how we
misunderstand.
We found you through Carnage. Actually, he told me about you and how you love solitaire games, and then we brought you on the show to talk solitaire and.
Yeah, it got weird after that.
Yeah, mostly because of Jacob.
Whoa. Okay, how far back does your love of solitaire games go? Because I wasn't privy for that conversation.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
No, shut up.
So there's a backstory to this. So, Carnage, my sweet friend Carnage, he sent me. He had like a review code for a game called Solitaire 3D.
Oh,
and
yeah, like that makes them fucking special. Everybody has a review code for that.
Yeah. That's
because
the
of
fun.
Carnage, actually. That's why.
But what he did, he kind of trolled me with the review code. So on principle, I was like, you know what? Suck it. I'm gonna finish this game. It took me like 3 years, and I think I'm about 700 hours. But last year I finally finished it.
Are you the first? Out of curiosity, are you the first person on True Achievements to finish it?
I think I was 7th.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So now, in fairness, I do enjoy solitaire, just like playing a game of solitaire here and there while you're trying to figure out like what to do with your night or whatever. Maybe not 700 plus hours of it, but it became a challenge. It became I felt like he was taunting me, even though I'm pretty sure he forgot about it almost immediately. I, meanwhile, had hung a picture of his face up on my wall that I just scowled at every time I played Klondike.
Oh, okay, because I'm
not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with that because I was just like, oh my god, like Ryan's actually like a connoisseur of solitaire games. I wonder if he remembers Eric's Ultimate Solitaire back on Mac in the 90s. Like
vaguely, I don't think I played it, but I remember the name.
So hot shit back in the day.
I was gonna say I'm an old dude, so we got I got my first computer I think in like 95 or 96 when they were all still they came with Solitaire, Hearts, and Minesweeper, and I was an old trailer park kid, so I played a lot of Solitaire, Hearts, and Minesweeper.
I played a lot of Duke Nukem, the side scrollers. Remember when Duke Nukem wasn't a shooter, like a first person shooter?
Barely.
Those are old days, throwbacks.
When I was a kid, I
was sass then.
Was not really.
Yeah, he wasn't. Was he as sassy back then?
Yeah, he still had quips, but it wasn't like as filthy.
Yeah, but like back then, I played a lot of Scarab of Ra, which was like a 3D adventure game, which I highly recommend looking up online if you can find it. But also, I loved like Star Wars Arcade because there was a Mac port for that, and then Carmen Sandiego. That shit was the best.
Everyone played Carmen Sandiego.
Dude,
it was like a rite of passage back in our middle school days.
If you go up on the Internet Archive, I forget. I can find which version of it is, but I hold like the Hall of Fame. Like pretty much all of them are me.
Really?
Yeah. Because you can mess with the save file, and I guess somebody just uploaded it and never like played around with it, and so like I just beat it a ton of times, and I'm just there, in the Acme Detective Agency Hall of Fame.
You know what? I'm gonna say that is at least on par to as impressive as my run on America's Got Talent. It's up there. It is up there as a claim to fame.
You view yourself so small, eh?
Well, I made a few people laugh. This guy literally stopped crime
multiple times.
He's the real hero.
Well, you know what I was going to point out. If you notice during Ryan's introduction about himself, he was just like, and then the pandemic, and then my career went to shit. Did you also know that's about the same time he started appearing on this podcast?
It is true. I was like anything to get my attention whore self out there. Even this podcast, I will jump on. Anything.
I mean, fair.
Poor
very
bastard.
Fair.
Well, we
like other comedians are like,
by.
oh Jesus Christ, he's on the SML podcast.
No, they call us the MSL podcast.
Isn't that like a cafeteria? Bullshit. No, it's MCL is what I'm thinking of. The old people cafeteria that are in small towns.
MSL is when we get picked up by Microsoft. MSL podcast.
Microsoft losers.
Microsoft laughs, you weirdo. We're supposed to be funny, remember? Haha. Ryan, you're funny. Tell us about some of the places you've been doing stand up lately. Any cool places? South Dakota.
I mean, what is cooler than that? Yeah, that's very true. I was in Pittsburgh last week.
Very cool.
Pittsburgh, yeah. I was doing a conference. Basically, you're doing it's called NACA. It's where acts do. You're basically auditioning for hundreds of colleges at the same time for work for the next year.
Yeah. I know about that because I knew a guy in student affairs that like he was just like, yeah, I have to go to this thing, and it's just like, yeah, like that, like it's a ton of music acts, comedians, like whatever, and it's like this is where you go to find that stuff.
Yep,
that's wild.
It's a lot of work from the performers. I mean, for probably them too. But it was basically just so you do a showcase, and my showcase went really well. I was pleased with it. But then you're also like they have these things called marketplaces where you're basically just like cattle. So you're in this little booth, and then all like the schools come by, and then you got to like try to convince them without begging why they should hire you to come to their school. And most of them were very nice and sweet, but like. I'm almost 42 years old now. I have nothing to talk about with a 20-year-old anymore. So when you're trying to like, yeah, you should have me at your school. That would be lit, right? Everybody, that would be the bomb.
It would be based.
23 skidoo, young youths.
Fellow youths.
Yeah, like doing my set was hard because like. I think I mentioned it last time I was off, but and I mentioned a little earlier. I have a 9-month-old baby, so that's most of what my life and brain is right now, and that's a lot of what my touring act is right now. It turns out 20-year-olds don't relate unless they're from South Dakota because there's nothing else to do there. But they don't relate to having 9-month-old babies. So I was pulling from the archives a little bit.
And yeah, if you want to talk about having kids, you got to go to like high school these days.
Yeah, you have to go to like a Midwest or Southern high school.
Oh man! So, what other cool places have you been to?
Recently I was in Chicago a little bit earlier. In April, I get to do a fun show with. I'll be opening for Bobcat Goldthwait. That's exciting.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's Bobcat Goldthwait and Doug Benson. If any of you smoke marijuana, you're probably familiar with him.
Excuse us.
Yeah.
None of us here are familiar with the Devil's Cabbage.
Yeah, that was me testing you guys to make sure that you were still straight edge.
Yeah.
To make sure you guys signed the Dare Pledge, and that is bond. All right.
Promise ring.
Fun fact: I actually won a essay contest for Dare when I was in 6th grade. I got a $50 savings bond.
Okay, which is now worth $49.
And on top of it, like, I'm actually baked right now. So
you cashed in that savings bond and immediately bought weed with it.
Of course. What else are you going to do?
That's a con right there. Just writing Dare essays for pot.
Officer Feniger, I know you're disappointed in me.
Oh man, you're special. How did that like that? Did we talk about that after it came out on the show?
I think we did. I don't know. It's been almost a year.
I know it's been a while. I bought it. I enjoyed it.
Well, I appreciate that.
I thought you were calling him special.
That's what I
Oh,
so you're special.
Oh, you're comedy special. You're stand-up comedy special.
Yay! I am special. Someone finally said it.
God damn it.
How is this somehow worse than the episode where I just shoved things in my ass the entire time? What is happening right now?
I don't
What are you
know.
talking about?
It's so bad.
That was the pinnacle of our show.
Doc Hopper says dare to resist Big Pharma. Oh, geez.
Fucking A.
So your stand-up comedy special.
Yeah. It's still out there. It's on Amazon Prime where you can buy it or rent it. Or if you're cheap and you don't mind ads, it is free on Tubi.
Ooh.
It's called Unarmed and Dangerous, and you should watch it.
You have any new specials in the works? Any plans for a follow-up?
I mean, I'm working on the new hour and stuff right now, but nothing specific. Maybe probably next year I'll look to record something. I want to get this get this nice and tight. A lot of this is all just brand new because a lot of what I am doing right now is about being a new dad. And I'm still right in the middle of that shit. So it's still kind of tweaking. Every time I think I have it, how I want it, my son learns a new trick, and then I have to talk about that.
How many times have you been peed on?
Not in a while. At least not by him. My wife does it all the time. Okay. But my son hasn't. My son hasn't peed on me in a bit. Early on, so he's learned to kind of control it a little bit better too, which is nice. Before you have a kid, everyone just talks about that like it's going to be all that happens for 18 years is your kid's going to piss in your face. Like that's how that's sort of how they present it.
I mean, eventually it just turns into more of a metaphorical thing.
Right, yes. But early on, he never really got me, but I swear he was firing warning shots. So, like, I would have him up on the changing table, and I would, I'd get his diaper off, and I would take half a step to the left to grab his new diaper, and he would pee in a perfect arc where my face just was.
Oh.
Just so that I knew. It was like a power move. Just so that I knew he could pee on me whenever he wants. He's choosing not to.
Power move. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love, for the sake of my act especially, I love making my son more diabolical than he has any capability to be. Like he's planning stuff. Like for instance, I joke about how because my son does not have my disability, he has the full set of he went like with fingers. He did like Pokemon and he collected them all. He did that, and I think he's cocky about it because sometimes like I'll just walk into his room after he wakes up from a nap and he doesn't know I'm there and he's just trying on gloves, and I'm like, that's kind of a dick move, man. Like that's unnecessary. My wife hates that I joke about him being like manipulative and diabolical because he doesn't have that ability in real life, but I think it's just funny to think of a 9-month-old basically being Boss Baby. I want Boss Baby to be a documentary, is what I'm saying.
Jacob, have you seen Boss Baby?
I actually have not.
Really? You're the movie buff. I thought you would have seen that one.
Dude, my time as a movie buff essentially just went away once I had kids.
Yeah, but that's a kid's movie.
So?
I thought you would have watched it with your kids.
No. Because the one nice thing about being a parent is that you don't have to watch that. And you can just make it so it just never enters into the equation. My kids will never know of Boss Baby.
Don't you much have like they never knew video game that Boss Baby's in.
They actually don't play it that much.
Really?
Yeah. If they're going to go for racing, it's either the Paw Patrol Grand Prix or they go with Sega and Sonic All-Stars.
Sonic All-Stars, yeah.
All-Stars Racing Transformed.
Backward compatibility, good stuff.
Like, those are their jams. Occasionally, they'll get into Team Sonic Racing, but, like, I think the levels are too difficult for them.
I hope one day that, let's say, 15 years in the future, your kids are hopefully out living their lives in the world, and they stumble upon Boss Baby, and they call you, and they're like, "Dad, what the fuck? This is the greatest film I've ever seen. Why would you deprive me of this?"
Either that, or else, like, if anything, I figured that they'd just be like, "Oh, yeah, it's a movie." Like, because I didn't actually get to see Home Alone until I was like 25. I just never, like, my parents did let me watch it, and then when I got older, I just didn't care because, I mean, if you're going to watch an action film, Home Alone is not it, So it wasn't until my ex-girlfriend, like, sat me down and watched it, and I was just like, oh, okay. That was that.
Yeah, Kevin's evil, man.
I saw him in The Good Son. I know what's up. Little asshole.
Yeah.
Well, the bright side is, if you want to stop him, though, just send some bees after him.
Ah, damn it! You made the joke I was going
to. It's okay, Jacob. His would have been funnier anyway. He's a comedian. You're not.
Yeah, you were just about to start. Bees! I'm like, yeah, all right.
He's mentioned racing games. Ryan, what kind of racing games have you been into lately? I know you enjoy a good racer.
I finally, maybe 3 weeks ago or so, I finished Forza Motorsport.
The latest one?
The latest one, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was. I don't think it's really a hot take, because I think this is pretty much the how most people look at it. Not as good as the other ones. I was a little disappointed.
I thought the career kind of just like came up a bit short.
Yeah, it was very. I don't know. We had talked about it. Just having to skip practice manually every time was annoying.
God. Yeah.
Just that, like there was just a lot of quality of life stuff, which I usually feel the Forza games, just because of how meticulous they are with the bullshit. Like they're simulation racers, the motorsport series. Like they're very detailed on a lot of stuff, and they missed a lot of quality of life details that did not make that fun to grind through. Because usually they're a podcast game for me. You know, they're I'm playing a video game while I'm also catching up on whatever I need to listen to. But it felt like more work than they usually do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, here, when you said it was a podcast game, I just figured it was a game you could play while you're shoving things up your ass. So
that is true. Because you could set it to auto race for you to grind out levels. That way I can get the entire parking cone up there.
Jeez.
That's a 2-hand job, all right?
Oh my God, Jacob! What?
Why do you guys keep inviting me back?
Because we love having you on.
This is what it always turns into. I don't understand.
I mean, see, that's the thing. I don't know why Joe lets me on during these episodes, because it inevitably is just going to talk about shoving things up our butts.
It's very true.
Everyone has to have hobbies, you know. You guys are just very open about yours.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
that
for you, that's a hobby. Ryan and I, we can turn that into a job.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A career.
If you take your passions and learn to make money with it, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what I say.
We don't work a day in our life, wank a day in our life. Probably. But,
Probably. Oh, yeah. Keeps me sane. I hope my son stumbles upon these one day. I never really thought. I never worried about that. But one day he's gonna go back. Someone's gonna show him my AGT stuff, and he's gonna think that's like really neat. Like, oh, my dad was on television. That's like really cool. And then he's gonna like just go down the rabbit hole and find the hours of SML podcast footage of me just shoving things in my asshole.
Hold on, whoa! We got footage? I thought we only had audio of it.
I always do a little steady cam while we're recording. Just for posterity.
You don't get to see my angle, Jacob.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Joe gets the upskirt.
The uncensored footage.
You got to subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Exactly.
I mean, his stand-up special was on Amazon and on Tubi. His porn, IMAX.
Exactly. In Dolby Surround.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, there's been a lot of news. Ryan, would you like to talk news with us? We love having you on when we talk news.
Talk some news. I like having opinions about stuff.
Have you heard about Embracer Group selling off Saber Interactive?
Hold on. Whoa. That ain't the whole story.
Okay.
Also,
that's the headline.
Well, we just started. We could.
Yeah, I know. You said they're selling Saber. Yeah, but it's not just Saber.
It is the whole of Saber Interactive.
Oh wait, is Gearbox owned by Saber?
No.
Oh well, then no. You don't have the whole
is separate.
Story, then.
That's a separate story, you ding dong.
Oh, you're a separate story, you ding dong.
Ah, ding dongs. They fit well in my ass.
Well, they are selling Embracer.
I'm more of a Twinkies kind of guy.
Yeah. A nice fudge round, am I right?
Oh, now we crossed the line. No, we didn't. Yeah, they're selling them to private investors for $500 million. The deal will see Saber become a privately owned company, and then Gearbox is allegedly on the way to being sold as well. See, Jacob, I was getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there. If I remember correctly, Gearbox is like 1.4 billion.
Have numbers come out on that? Because last I saw it was just still being like talked about.
So with Gearbox, I mean, I think Saber's is finalized, but Gearbox, Embracer had like 3 options. It was either keep them and just suck up any losses, sell it or sell it to another company, or let them spin off and become indie. And I think they're going to get sold, but if they were to spin off and become indie, it would cost like 1.4 billion for a self buyout. So, yeah.
Well, there is a company that is going indie. Toys for Bob is spinning off from Activision and becoming an independent game studio.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, what happens with Crash Bandicoot? Is that just an Activision thing?
I think that's an Activision thing. I don't think Toys for Bob gets any ownership of any IP.
Any of that?
Yeah, they're
from what I read, they're still going to probably be working with Microsoft, but they will be independent.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
so my guess is they'll still probably work on, and I guess they teased something about, like they said, like hold your horns or something like that. So they maybe teased a Spyro thing that they're working on.
Ooh, I would love to see Spyro back.
It's like JK. It's just another fucking MOBA.
JK, we're still making dumpsters in Call of Duty levels.
Oh, geez. Next, new reports claim the next Nintendo system is now planned for a March 25 release and was delayed to avoid shortages. Do you think that's true? Do you think we were originally going to see it this fall? What are your thoughts?
I'm not going to... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I kind of thought whenever it's getting released, it was going to be a spring release anyway. I think they're going to... Whatever they still have of the current models, they're definitely going to push those for holiday, and then next year do the full focus. I kind of always thought it was going to be like I was originally a little jarred by that when I heard 2025 until I remembered it's 2024 already. My brain hasn't quite moved over to the year yet, and I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. That makes perfect sense to me. They'll finish up. I'm sure they'll have another direct sometime in the next couple months. They'll finish up whatever they have for this year and do that in the holiday, and then start strong with the next one next year.
I got an email about something that's like it releases March 14th. I'm like, oh my God, that is so far away. Oh wait, no, that's 2 weeks. What the hell?
Like
it doesn't seem like it's already the start of March.
What's that leap year bullshit?
Yeah, we got that lethal leap year.
Boo.
Nintendo is suing the creators of Yuzu, the Switch emulator, saying their tech illegally circumvents Nintendo's encryption and facilitates piracy. They are seeking damages and a full shutdown of the emulator.
Not surprised.
Not surprising, but that really...
Yeah.
What's probably going to happen, too, because I think there's been lawsuits like this in the past, and, whoever makes the emulators, it always wins, because it's like an open source thing that doesn't include the games. But Nintendo, I don't know if you guys know this, they have a little bit of money, and they can probably just, spend Yuzu into shutting it down.
Yeah, that's exactly what they always do.
Yeah, I don't love it. Do you think that Switch piracy is a huge issue right now, or do you think that most people are still playing the proper, quote, traditional way, I guess?
It's probably mostly people playing things legitimately. Usually with piracy, the people who pirate the game weren't going to buy the game in the first place, or you're not fucking selling it there. So they can only resort to that. So that makes up like over 80%, because studies have been done on things like this, and that's 80+% of it every time they've ever looked at it is you're not selling it there, or they weren't going to buy it in the first place. So you're not losing any money. If anything, it actually tends to help, because all these people will turn around and talk about the shit that they stole, basically. And for the ones who weren't going to buy it in the first place, that just increases the likelihood of everyone they know buying it.
Yeah, I do feel it in a lot of ways. Like obviously, a company like Nintendo can't come out and embrace piracy. Like you can't make that. You can't have that message out there. But Nintendo seems like they're always like 10 years behind on like the knowledge of stuff like that. Like they're probably still doing it, but for a while they were like copyright striking anyone that used their footage in like YouTube reviews, even if it was a positive review. Oh, this is the greatest game I've ever played in my life. And then, but if they use footage, so they would like shut it. They don't like understand how that aspect of all this works. Where like I can tell you some of those bigger YouTube channels, I personally, and I'm a guy who knows games, I've bought shit because I saw it in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like it's only I wouldn't have known it existed. They would have not gotten my money had I not seen that video someone made showing that footage. So I think they're just behind on the mentality of that. I don't know if that's like a cultural thing, which is how business runs in Japan. That just makes me sound like I'm from South Dakota now. But I don't know.
They'll keep you when you get there.
I hope I could be the mayor of Sioux Falls.
Dude, you've got a full set of teeth. You're already seen as the most eligible bachelor there.
I know. My wife doesn't know what kind of trouble she's in. I have my pick of the litter in Sioux Falls.
It's all right. You don't know what trouble you're in for either.
That's very true.
30 women, 34 teeth.
The goal is trying to find one with 3.
Yes. You're looking for that special lady out there. Oh, man. Things that are kind of depressing lately. PS Plus lineup for March. Not that good. You're getting F1 2023, which a new one's like right around the corner. A lot of people aren't into racing sims. You get Sifu, which is a good action game. That's a good one. Hello Neighbor 2, which...
it's okay-ish.
And Destiny 2 The Witch Queen DLC.
Great if you have the game.
Well,
I mean, the game's free to play.
So...
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's great if you have the game.
Good month. I just think that's a really weak month.
Yeah, it's a little underwhelming, but still it has some nice stuff and some stuff people may not own yet, so...
Yeah, I would feel. I think Sifu is probably the headliner there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's the most interesting?
Plays saying Destiny 2 Witch Queen is solid. Destiny 2 lost me when they would vault content. Like when you're closing off content that people have paid for.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
some bullshit.
No, I don't like that. But
I don't think very many people did.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that pissed off a lot of people.
Something people are enjoying though, Helldivers 2. Servers have increased their cap from 700,000 to 800,000 users, which was up from like 400,000 last week. They're just constantly dealing with server issues with this game because so many people are playing it. I think that's really cool to see.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a game for me, but I like these kind of like unexpected hits. Same thing. I'm sure you guys talked about Pal World when that was kind of the talk of the town for that. Like, not a game for me, but I like the little game that could kind of thing, where they're surprised by their own. Especially when there's so many stories about like, oh hey, this game sold 20 million. We have to lay off 6,000 people now. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll get to those stories soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Pal World, though, it has sold 15 million copies on Steam in a month.
Wait, just on Steam?
Yes.
Good lord.
Yeah.
And then 12 on Xbox.
Exactly
not
12.
Not million, 12.
12, yeah.
It's only 12 guys playing.
No, a lot of people are playing it. It's it's just 12 people actually bought it.
It's Game Pass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to buy it on Xbox. When it's leaving, then you got to drop the money for it.
That's when I buy Game Pass
20% off. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist is hitting Steam Early Access March 25th, coming later on in the year for Switch, PS4, PS5, and Series X and S. So there you go, Aki.
Woo!
Also, I messaged you about the game earlier. You didn't get back to me.
Yes,
Mortal Kombat 1 crossplay is coming this week for Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
That's wait, is that going to come for Switch? Oh, that's so strange.
Yeah, shocker news there. Remedy acquired the rights to the Control franchise from 505 Games.
I still have yet to play it, so.
Is it only Control, or does that include like the Alan Wake stuff too?
I think it's just Control.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Don't they already own Alan Wake? Because isn't that
Yeah,
published through
that's
someone
their
else?
stuff.
Oh, okay. Well then I'll just go fuck myself
Yes, please.
in the ass, because that's the
Just
only way
like-
I know how to.
You're going to fuck yourself just like all these people we're going to talk about next. EA is laying off 5% of its workforce, estimated at around 670 employees. They plan to move away from licensed IP and focus on owned IP in sports. And Respawn's Star Wars FPS has been canned.
Which apparently was a Mandalorian first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Jar Jar Binks game. We're not sure.
oh no, God, no.
Yeah.
No, please, no.
Because apparently Ahmed Best was doing some mocap, and it seems like it was video game related.
Jar Jar FPS was canceled by EA. You got
One of the best choices they've
confirmation.
probably ever made.
You've got that
Gritty Jar Jar
confirmation
Binks
here
origin story.
exclusively on the SML podcast that the Jar Jar FPS canceled.
Just
by
let the
EA.
tongue shoot out.
It's all terrible. This is bad, and you should feel bad. No.
Supermassive Games informed 150 staff members that they are at risk of redundancy and they will lay off roughly 90 of those people. The team is made up of more than 300 currently. They're
Good
looking
Lord.
to drop a third of their company.
That sucks.
Yeah. That Goot Fabrik has halted production at their latest studio on their latest game on February 19th as they look for funding on the project. They're previously known for Salt Sea Chronicles and Sports Friends, which a lot of people might know is the game that had JS Joust on it. That was that real life jousting game people would play with PlayStation Move controllers. Not sure if you're familiar with that. It was
Never
like
heard
a
of it.
Fest.
I'm not, but that kind of sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool concept, and it was probably the best use of the PS Move controller, and it wasn't made by Sony. Go figure. But yeah, they are halting production until they can find funding, if they can find funding. Deck 9 laid off 20% of their staff.
Deck 9?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Were they the Surge deck?
I was
No,
the
I'm
only
pretty
one-
sure that's
uh,
Deck 13.
The
Yeah,
I was
Expanse,
going to say Deck
Life is
13 is the one
Strange.
I'm.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they did The Expanse. They did Life is Strange, True Colors Before the Storm. So, here we go. I was thinking Deck 13 with that.
Yeah.
Similar names. I get confused. I'm old. I'm dumb.
that.
Sony. The almighty Sony are reducing staff by about 8% or 900 people. Insomniac and Naughty Dog are both affected, as well as technology, creative, and support teams. PlayStation London studio will shut down entirely 6 days after PlayStation boss Jim Ryan was taking pictures with the crowd. Reductions at Gorilla and Fire Sprite, and smaller reductions in other teams across the PlayStation Studios family. It's rumored one of the canceled projects was a live service Twisted Metal game from Fire Sprite, who themselves are under fire for supposed toxic work environment. Holy shit.
Well, that was just a massive shit show. Okay.
Yeah, so something's going on in this industry and it's scary. Everyone is doing layoffs.
Well, I mean, it's the budgets of everything have just blown up so much that it's going to collapse in on itself. It's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks that I'm sure the CEOs aren't taking pay cuts and all that kind of shit. Maybe Nintendo would, but no one else is going to. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we need more. I saw someone say this on Twitter, but instead of like bumping prices up to $100, we need more $40 games. Just keep things sustainable that way.
Like,
not everything needs to be
stop doing
$300 million
quadruple A.
budget.
Yeah, exactly.
No one wants the quadruple A fucking games anyways, because they're all goddamn terrible.
I think that's one of the, there's a lot of criticism with Sony right now for their yearly schedule, where they really don't have many, franchise titles coming out in the coming months. Like Final Fantasy and Helldivers seems like they're only really big heavy hitters right now.
Is Helldivers in-house?
I believe it was second party.
Okay.
I'm still unsure if the Helldivers devs are owned by Sony or not. I've heard conflicting reports both ways. I don't think they are. I've been told that they're not, but I've also heard that they're working first party with Sony. I really don't know at this point, but it is published by Sony, so it's still their game. But yeah, that's my news. Aki, what kind of news do you have?
The non-existent kind.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it doesn't exist, so it's great.
I'm choking on my drink over here. Shit.
And now he's dead. Thanks, Aki.
You're very welcome.
Shit, that never
It was my goal all along.
That has never happened to me doing this show before.
But it happens outside the show often, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
all the time.
Dicks all the time.
I inhaled my soda. Wow. Okay, Arrowhead is not owned by Sony. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Clean Plays, for letting us know. Jacob, what news do you have? Is Clean Plays a friend of yours?
Clean is a friend of mine.
Very cool. Thank you for dropping by and hanging out with us, keeping us company, and hanging out with Ryan with us.
He's a real peach. That's what they say.
Jacob, what news?
So I've read a few articles about how devs are behind the scenes concerned about Apple Arcade, that it's not a sustainable thing, and that Apple doesn't really know what they're doing with it. They just seem to offer it as all right, here's a subscription thing, have fun, and then that's kind of it.
I'd believe it.
So folks are wondering how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
Wadjet Eye Games has some news. Marauder Film has purchased the cinematic rights to their game Primordia.
Interesting.
So we may eventually see a movie based on that.
Weird things get optioned these days for movies. I'm waiting for the SML podcast movie, honest. Someone could option us for a movie.
Nobody is going to option us for a movie, and you damn well know it.
Who would play us?
With how much stuff goes up y'all motherfuckers' butts, it'd be a porno. There's a difference.
I was going to say, there's it depends on what type of movie that you're willing to sell out for. That's all I'm saying.
True.
I mean, obviously Scarlett Johansson's going to play the role of Ryan.
Little fun fact about Scarlett Johansson. My first when I first moved to LA in 2006, I was my first kind of brush with fame was being in the background of a Scarlett Johansson paparazzi photo.
Ooh.
I was just eating at a diner, and there was a big commotion, and I was like, Scarlett Johansson.
Hold on. So, wait, Ryan, do you have a copy of this photo?
I would have to search for it. I did at one point.
No. You need to find it, because now you can advertise yourself that you've been photographed with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Dating rumors. Scarlett Johansson have a new beau.
Your wife's like, Ryan, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just like, hey, you knew I gave you a list that you didn't agree to.
Oh, God. Jacob, what other news?
There's a new Paranormal Activity video game coming in 2026.
Interesting.
The Mortuary Assistant, the team that made that game, they're going to be doing it. And also making a game.
Hey-o.
Some sad news. The largest penis in all of wrestling has passed away.
Yeah, I heard about Virgil
is dead. So no longer are you going to be stuck in a subway with him yelling at you to buy his autograph for $25.
Yes.
No longer will he yell about Virgil fuck money.
Yeah, or meat sauce.
Man.
All right. Crap. I'm having to scroll back and forth in between news articles as I find them. Crud. Because there was one other thing.
You're prepared.
Now I remember what it went. Shut up. Yes, I am, actually. Because there was like an order of which I wanted to talk about things, and then it's like, oh no, this was badly set up.
You're stalling.
Shut up.
Yes.
Aki, you're like Jacob, you're breathing. Stop stalling. Like, bring on the inevitable death.
You're
Like,
still stalling.
shut up. All
Yeah,
right.
and I never stall. I just admit when I don't have anything because,
You
I'm
stall all the
smart.
time. Shut up.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you
Fuck
do.
you.
I've listened to your reviews. Anyway,
No, that's just
So-
really bad at speaking. There's a difference.
you're stalling. Anyway, so you heard it here first on the SML podcast earlier this week. Multiverses is returning.
Meh.
You know, the
In what
WB
way?
fighter game. In what way? Nobody fucking knows, but I had broken the news on our Facebook page because I accidentally discovered something up on the Happy Meal website because I was looking up crap for my kids because I saw McDonald's over in Japan is getting these little Kirby plushies. And I was like,
I won't.
oh yeah. Yeah, and I was just like, oh shit, my kids are going to be all over this, like, so I better like look up and see if we're getting it. And it doesn't look like we were, but right at the top of the thing there was a huge banner for multiverses and it's like coming soon, and I'm like, huh. And now there's reports that it's going to be like in Happy Meals in the next like month or two.
Yeah, if you go to happymeal.com, it's just right there. It says coming soon to your Happy Meal.
Yeah.
That's it. No other details.
So it's coming back. They just have yet to officially announce it, other than McDonald's ruining it for them.
Good shit.
And then my final bit of news: the latest update to Disney Dreamlight Valley has dropped. We now have the Sully and Mike from Monsters Inc. And yes, I've already unlocked them.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know.
Is that game fun?
Yeah.
Like, what? I've not dabbled. What? How is it fun? Tell me of the fun.
So, let me just put it to you this way: as a parent, it is pretty much just like a mindless game where I don't have to worry about crap. Like, if the kids come down in the middle of the night, I don't have to worry about what they're going to see. I don't have to worry about like trying to kill tons of enemies and all that other kind of crap because there's nobody to kill and you can't die in the game. It's just a peaceful existence as you uncover the mysteries of Eternity Isle and Dreamlight Valley and all that other kind of crap. Yeah, with Disney characters.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Game Pass.
It's on sale too.
It's on sale pretty regularly.
It was free to play for a little while, correct?
It still is if you have Game Pass.
Well, I mean, but I'm talking.
It was supposed to be, but they decided not to.
Yeah,
they just went with a paid release.
It's a paid release, and the only thing you'll have to pay for is like certain like premium clothing items, which like they don't help you any. It's all cosmetic. And there's expansions that it looks like it might be like a once a year thing. Yeah, no, I dig it a lot. Like it's my zen. So
he talks about it way too much on the show. He really does. So
it's true, but I keep
be something enjoyable there.
Yeah,
I generally don't respect you, but this looks fun, so I might take your advice.
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, it's a good time. Like it's nice and peaceful, which honestly, like with my state of mind as it is, it's like this is what I need.
That's fair. Could all use some relaxation. I need to get the hell away from this show. I'm so sick of you. No.
That's fair. That's fair. But
I love you.
But the problem is that this show is the only way that you can get close to Ryan. So
it is.
You got to keep the show running.
When are you performing in Northeast Pennsylvania again?
That is June 22nd, I believe.
Ooh.
I'm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
At Soul Joel's. I think last time you said you were gonna try to drive there, but then you decided you were a bad friend and you didn't do the drive.
I'm a horrible person. I did go to Jersey for you, though.
Yeah, you did, which I do feel has earned you at least one miss of another place to willingly go to Jersey.
Having to go to Jersey, I think that actually, that's definitely everything's forgiven.
Yeah, you went. You not only went to Jersey, but you went to the weird show that was right when they were reopening. that they never changed the website to let people know the club was opened again.
And
this is like right after like
venue.
COVID stuff. Yeah, so no one was there because they were mad at me for not selling enough tickets. When I looked at their website, it still said the place was fucking closed. So I don't know what you want me to do.
Obviously, sell more tickets to a closed place.
Yeah, apparently that was my bad.
Jesus, the only thing you're good at selling yourself. You can't sell closed venues. What the hell, Ryan?
I know. I'm a real hack.
Well, what venues are you selling in the future? Tell us about your upcoming shows.
I will. I'm going to talk about the South Dakota shows you guys just quit asking me about. Friday.
Ask about it.
Nah, constantly. That's all you ask about. Tomorrow, I'm at the Icon Event Hall in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I would say on the 2nd, I'm at Harry's in Watertown, South Dakota, but that one's already sold out. So you bitches ain't coming.
Gee.
How about that?
You selling shit out.
I know. Not Jersey, but I got South Dakota. March 14th through 16th, I am in St. Charles, Missouri at the Funny Bone. That's St. Louis area. April 12th and 13th, I'm in Dayton, Ohio. The Funny Bone there. April 20th, I mentioned earlier, I'm in Loleta, California. That's the show with Doug Benson and Bobcat Goldthwait. That should be a lot
it's
of
on
fun.
420. That makes a lot of sense now.
Sure does. May 4th,
so you're going to get fucked up that day or what?
Probably accidentally. So I don't partake myself, but I'm pretty sure just being within 30 feet of Doug Benson, you do get high. I think that's how that works. I remember he didn't come to see me, but he was in the audience once when I was doing the AGT shows that Cody Lee was on in Vegas. It smelled a little funny in the room that day. That's all I'm going to say. May 4th, I'm in Warsaw, Indiana. And then May 30th through June 1st, I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then the show that hopefully I'll see Joe at June 22nd, Soul Joel's, Pottstown, Pennsylvania. You can get those at cripplethreat.com.
Very, very cool. Ryan, we love having you on the show. We are going to let you get going so that we could do some stupid reviews. With Jacob and Aki.
We should make Ryan review something real quick.
That I haven't played.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Just anything. Literally anything.
I've been getting meals from Factor recently.
So Factor Meals, tell us about it, Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Wait, is this a video game, or are you actually taking me literally when you said you're going to review anything?
Yeah, when you said literally anything, I'm going to tell you that I have to review something, and I've been getting Factor Meals because they're microwavable and they're delicious.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Are they nutritious?
They can be. You get to select that. So there's a lot of different options. So if you're trying to count calories, for instance, boom, there's a list of meals that are low in calories. If you're trying to get a lot of carbs, boom, or not get a lot of carbs, rather, boom, you can find that menu. You can do all kinds of stuff. I highly recommend. I wish I had a code. It sounds like I'm doing one of the drop-in ads.
I was going to start looking these up. Wait, Ryan, were you aware that we got our first sponsorship or affiliation, whatever you want to call it?
Did you? Was it from Factor? And you can use my code ButtStuff50?
No, actually, it's an energy drink called Dubby.
Okay.
Which they do a bunch of like gamer related stuff. And I went to Joe about this, and I was like, yo, man, we should totally do this because it would totally be hilarious if we could have a coupon code of gaping butthole as our thing. And it turns out if you go up to Dubby and you use coupon code gaping beehole, you get 5% off. So
dude, that is awesome. I might have to try this just so I can type the phrase gaping beehole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Save some money.
Factor meals. Okay. Let's see.
Factor 75.
It's Factor 75 is the website, yeah, but it's very delicious. So
the meals look good. They do look good in the pictures.
Yeah, I'm gonna honestly say because I know they're part of like HelloFresh, and I do not like to cook, even if it's made simple like HelloFresh. And my wife is working full time. I'm watching my son all day, and then I'm also working on the road. Neither of us wants to cook or do any of that. So we started getting some of these Factor meals. They're shockingly tasty for something that you microwave for 2 minutes. Shockingly tasty.
Wait, hold on. Your son isn't doing your son's not making any food around the house?
He's fucking worthless, dude.
Oh my god.
He does nothing. He is just garbage, man. He does. He has zero. He's contributing nothing but smiles and shitty diapers. That's what he does.
Well, in 40 years, you can get him back with revenge with your own shitty diapers.
Yes. As I have some Kali-O Cream Energy drink from Dubby using code Gaping Beehole.
I don't think we've ever sold a single thing.
I know you might now.
Every once in a while, I post on one of the Dubby things as the SML podcast, and I'm like, use our coupon code Gaping Beehole. So
I will proudly hype up our merch page, which I just typed in chat. We got some cool shirts on there. I like my peanut shirt. I think that's a good one. I like our 10 years, 10 listeners shirt. I think we have a good selection of merch that you could browse and pick up for decent prices, I think. And there's an apron that says "Kiss the Ogata Fire."
Now, can I get 5% off with the code Gaping Beehole?
I think subscribers actually get a discount if you're a Twitch subscriber.
Well, I'm going to subscribe to you because that is the most gapingest beehole of all.
And order a cat shirt.
Bad news, Joe. There is no Factor 75 affiliate program.
Oh, damn it. Well, that should be bad news for Ryan. He's the one.
I know, but I was gonna have you get in touch with them and have another Gaping Beehole coupon. We'll just run the market on that.
I don't think they would appreciate that as much as Dubby might.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna contact Debbie for my podcast, which you all can listen to, called the Cafeteria Podcast, every Friday. I'm going to use the code Even Gapier Butthole.
Even Gapier.
Gapier. That's a word, right?
I don't know, but I kind of want to call the episode Gapier now.
It's the Gapier episode of the week.
Oh my god, we have.
On that note, I'm gonna go spend some quality time with my son now.
Sounds good, right. Ryan. Thank you again so much for joining us. Do you have any final words before we let you go?
Keep on boofing, everybody. All right, later, guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
Really quick, got to give a shout out to RaiderBiz for dropping a sub as well. And then earlier in the show, Victor dropped 200 biddies and Injury dropped a few biddies as well. So thank you, everyone, for your support and for hanging out. We got a couple of reviews we got to tackle tonight. Are you two ready for reviews?
Sure.
I guess.
All right.
Have to?
Yes.
Why?
Because this one you should have done last week.
Useless shit.
First game to talk about tonight is Airhead, developed by Octato, published by HandyGames, released February 13th on Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $19.99. Help a small body save a head-like organism full of air from a leak that threatens its life. Explore their Metroidvania-style world and overcome challenging environmental puzzles to find the key to the head's survival. Jacob, what is Airhead?
So Airhead is this... it reminded me a lot, the art style reminded me a lot of Limbo, where it's a lot of it feels very minimalist. However, there's definitely a lot of crap going on in the background as you're moving about. And yeah, it's pretty much it's a Metroidvania, for better, for worse. and you are this body who eventually finds a head, and you're able to use it for different things. And pretty much it's getting from point A to point B while also interacting with the environments around it and also learning about the different things in it. And one of the things that I thought was cool is that there's plenty of lore through the game, but of course you have to encounter everything to get it. And then you can go and look it up in the encyclopedia later, which is pretty neat. However, for a game that says it has a tutorial, I'd like to know where it is, because like the game pretty much just drops you off at the beginning without telling you really what to do. There is a hint system that doesn't really give you like anything meaningful in terms of hints. And so it's a lot of, at least for me, it was a lot of, just trial and error trying to figure out what would happen. And thankfully at the beginning, like, you can't really die. The game wants you to understand how it works, but it also doesn't try that hard at making it so you can understand how it works. So again, it just ends up being, either you're going to have a lot of fun trying to figure out the world and what's going on with it, or you're just going to get really frustrated very quickly with this game. Because you don't even start off with the head at the very beginning. You have to go off and find it. It's a lot of environmental puzzles and a lot of, as I said, figuring out how to get from point A to point B. With the puzzles, it honestly, like, the game starts off at hard mode, like, right from the beginning. And it just, like, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to consult YouTube just to, like, get through your tutorial, if you can call it that. I honestly, like, I can see that there's an audience for this type of game, but I just wasn't having fun with it at all. Like, I spent more time.
Bummer, because it looks fantastic visually.
Visually,
like,
it's
videos
awesome.
And screenshots.
And the controls are fine. It's just, it's not obvious where to go, and the game doesn't want to help you either, even though it says that even though it has options to help you, they don't. So get a game guide for this one. Like, it's worth checking out, but get a game guide.
Well, clocks in at $20. What is your verdict on Airhead?
I'd wait for a sale. But if you were a big fan of it, as I said, like games like Limbo, Braid, from way back in the day. Like, if you're a fan of those kind of games, like, I think you'd be cool with spending $20 on it. Everyone else, just wait for a sale.
All right, next up is Cat and Ghostly Road, developed by BOV and Sometimes You, published by Sometimes You, released March 6th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Windows Store, Switch, PS4, and PS5 for $9.99 each. Cat and Ghostly Road is an atmospheric point-and-click quest in which you play as a white cat. You have to go on a dangerous journey to the world of ghosts and demons, but not all things are what they seem. Aki, what is Cat and Ghostly Road?
Okay, this is a point-and-click game where you play as Yang, a small white cat. At the very beginning, you nearly die from starvation and being out in the wilds walking. But a kindly old man, a painter that lives off on his own, picks you up and takes care of you and brings you back to health. And now some demon has captured his soul. So it's up to you to go on a little adventure to kick the shit out of some demons and get your friend's soul back. And that's what you do. The game takes 4 or 5 hours. You travel through a few different areas. Each area is usually 5 or 6 different little sections that you go to. There's a lot of stuff to pick up and use and figure out. You go into your inventory and mix things together occasionally, not too often, thankfully, so it's usually pretty straightforward. And it's you're just going from place to place trying to figure out how to get to this demon and find your master's soul and get it back. Along the way, you meet a whole bunch of ghosts because you have the ability to see the other world.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that starts off basically at the start of the game. You actually have a button to where you can see the spirit world and switch between it and the real one, because sometimes items appear in one but not the other, so you have to switch between them semi-regularly. Everything about this game is basically appease this asshole so they'll give you something so you can move on, is basically the name of the game. There's always a spirit that needs something to calm its shit, and you have to figure it out, yo. Like one of the first ones is a crane that's very, very pissy because it really liked festivals and thought all the festivals were just a party for its life. And when the last festival ended, it got angry because people weren't celebrating its life anymore. So you have to find a way to make music so it thinks there's a festival still going. And that's just like the name of the game right there. Just doing silly things to appease different spirits. So yeah, you get to meet a whole bunch of ghosts of dead people. You get to meet spirits like giant frogs and obviously crane. You even get to talk to dragons and boats, because boats are living things in this world. Yeah. So
Weird.
yeah. It's a pretty quick game. There's not a whole bunch to it. It's just tiny little puzzles based on find the items you need and give it to the correct person, or mix them together and then give it to the correct person. And sometimes you will be in your inventory just trying to figure that out. Or maybe I'm stupid. I'm probably stupid. So yeah,
You are, but not for that.
No, I'm probably am for that. But yeah, so there is at the very end there's a kind of a boss battle that's really just a memorize where the cards are on the screen.
Oh, well,
'Cause I'm
don't
gonna
give
flip the
everything
cards over.
away.
That's not giving it away. That's, if you care, there's a memory game at the end. So, hopefully you're good at those. I'm not. So I took
So you didn't
pictures
beat the
with my
game.
phone.
I'm not gonna lie,
No,
I
I
really-
beat it. I just took pictures with my phone because
I
have
really
bad
enjoyed
memory.
that. I'm not.
Yeah.
As if we couldn't be notified that your brain works slow.
And the bad thing is
Anyway.
there's only 12 cards too, and there's still 12 too many. So yeah. Yeah. It's just a nice little feel good story, really.
Well, it's $10. What do you think of it?
I'm so totally for it. I think it's super cute.
Okay, well then here's this. Is it worth picking up as a stack because it's a sometimes you game?
Yes,
Xbox
totally.
fans get the Xbox One version, the Series X and S version, and the Windows Store version. Would you buy it multiple times or just once?
I'd go ahead and get it multiple times. You can beat all of it in a day. All the different ones. You can beat them all in one day.
And it's
It's
worth
not too
playing
bad.
through
Yeah,
multiple
I think
times?
it's
Cool.
really cute. Yeah.
Well, you know the drill. If you're doing that one, pick up last gen first, so you save 50% on the current gen. There you go. Next
Save y'all
game,
some buttons.
Cavern of Dreams, developed by Bynine Studio, published by Super Rare Games, released February 29th on the Switch for $12.99. Embark on a magical quest as Finn the Dragon to rescue your unhatched siblings from the mysterious Cavern of Dreams. In this 3D platformer, Jacob, what is Cavern of Dreams?
Cavern of Dreams, you're playing as this little dragon guy named Flynn, and he is the only one that has hatched, and all of your brothers and sisters have been stolen, and it's up to you to get them back. And thankfully you have the power, this very friendly witch. She's on your side, and she's just like, oh, well, I saw where they're going. Just, go find all the eggs, and once you do, they'll be transported back here, and I can give you new abilities as you get more eggs. And so you just have to move through the different levels. And the game does a nice little job of hand-holding, because, I mean, this is a 3D platform. It's very similar to the Spyro or Crash Bandicoot games of yore. Although, honestly, I got more of a Banjo-Kazooie vibe from it, to be honest. And so you're moving through different areas. Sometimes there's like a little mini quest to help somebody with stuff. Other times it's just try to figure out a puzzle. And it's a generally peaceful game. Like, I played through what I thought was a decent amount, and I hadn't really uncovered like any enemies. I mean, like, there's like, as I said, like, there's environmental puzzles, and so it's like, jump across this area, avoid this, and you can't really even die in the game either. It's just you just start back at the last checkpoint.
Yeah, I see the store page specifically says it has a non-violent approach and is a peaceful little guy, so there's no combat in the game. Instead, the focus is on exploration, puzzle solving, and platforming. This, however, does not mean there are no dangers lurking in the cavern, so you best be careful.
Okay, so it's not really scary. It's really just like, nope, not scary. Nope, no. Anyway,
There's no pirates either, so just stop.
Oh my God, Skull and Bones was last week.
Yarr.
So anyway, but yeah, so you gather the eggs. There's also cards that you can gather, which give you more lore with certain stuff, but they're like collectibles anyway, much like the other ones. So what you do is you can gather all the eggs, and then you can go back to the witch. She'll give you the power up, and what's also kind of neat is that as the game progresses, some of the eggs will be ready to hatch, and so you can actually help them hatch, and then you can talk to your newfound brothers and sisters. Just make sure you don't accidentally hit them, because I was trying to figure, like, because I play most of the games on Xbox, I got confused when I was like hitting A instead of, well, I thought I was trying to talk to him. I ended up
X and Y.
I ended up tail whipping one of my siblings instead of talking to them, and so they're like, "Oh, it's upset. You should go away for a little bit, before trying to talk to it again." And I'm like, "Dang it!
How dare you
do that? I didn't mean to do it. I felt bad." So anyway, my only real complaint about the game is the camera, which it very much has a it has like an N64 3D platformer kind of vibe to it, and I hated the camera on those games as well. So
yeah, 3D platformers and bad cameras go hand in hand.
They really do. Thankfully, like, this is not that like that box game that we had to play a while back. What, like, block? I don't remember.
Unbox, I think.
No, it began with a B. I forget what it
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah, and it was terrible. This is not. I mean, I wish that they would tighten up the camera a bit. But yeah, like, honestly, it's a solid, fun title, and I was really surprised by the $13 price tag. Honestly, I thought they would have charged more. I would have been fine with more, but this is a nice sweet spot for this kind of game. And I do hope that eventually it comes to Xbox.
Well, it clocks in at 13. What is your verdict?
Totally. I recommend it. I had a lot of fun with it. And the peaceful aspect, like, if you're a parent with kids and you want to get them into like a retro-ish title, this is definitely up that alley.
Cool. All right, next up, Type King, developed and published by Saksorb, released February 29th on Steam for $7.99. Type King has 3 different game modes, typing, jumping, and those combined makes Type King. With some variety and different difficulties, there's a total of 15 levels to beat before you can be crowned the Type King. Aki, how is your typing in Type King?
It was... What's a good way of saying absolutely fucked? Absolutely fucked. I was
Hold on, question.
yes.
Now, is it fucked because the game is fucked or because you can't type for shit?
Because the game is fucked. I'm actually an
Okay,
excellent
okay. No,
typer.
I mean,
really
like,
good at typing, so
I'm old enough to have taken a typing class in high school. So, like, you know,
Yeah. they
I
just
didn't-
started when I was getting out of high school at my school. So
Okay. No, I was just wondering, like, because I mean, you know, I've seen people who are in their 30s that still use like the hunt and peck method, like.
yes.
So yeah, okay.
What was that,
Continue.
Aki? Didn't hear you there.
I said, "Oh Jesus, that's painful."
That's better.
So no, the mode that I can actually do, ironically, is the typing one. Because there's 4 modes in single player. One is typing, one is left hand, one is right hand, and the other is jumping, I think is what it's called. Typing is exactly that. It gives you basically a story that you have to type, and each word you type, the character jumps onto a cloud until they get to the top. Each difficulty, because there's 3 difficulty, easy, normal, and hard, just increases the speed in which you have to type in order to not die like a little bitch. I think for easy, I think it's 10 words per minute. On hard, it's 60. So that one's pretty easy, I say, as someone who types around 65 to 70 words per minute. So, not too bad. Then
not bad at all.
then you get up to jumping, and it's terrible. Basically, what you do is you jump from cloud to cloud manually, and the problem is that your character just goes fucking flying at the slightest of touches, and all the clouds are rounded on the edges, and there's a lot of very small clouds, so it's very easy to fall the fuck off. Or send yourself flying much further than you're supposed to, because you don't have really any finesse control with this character the fuck at all. And some of the clouds, apparently, at some point in the game, are slippery. And the harder the difficulty you play in jumping mode, the more of those there are. I couldn't get to those. I couldn't get to the first checkpoint level for that. So...
Jeez.
Yeah, it was hard just to get onto the first cloud, which is a nice white cloud, because it was hard getting it to where my character didn't go flying past it by, half the fucking screen. And then left hand and right hand are left-handed typing to type whatever gibberish goes onto a cloud. The cloud is, you are allowed to jump on that cloud. And then you have to do the jumping mechanics, which are just as bad in left and right-handed mode as they are in the jumping mode. So it's very difficult to do that. But also, when you jump from one cloud to the other, the letters that you type for the next cloud, once it gets entered, the ones in the cloud that you're on go away. So it starts to fade, which means you have a limited amount of time where you have the chance to jump from that cloud to the next cloud, or you just fall through the cloud and then probably fall to the fucking ground and have to do it again. Again, in this mode, never got to the first checkpoint. I'm good at the typing bit. I'm really bad at the platforming bit. And obviously right hand is typing things with the right hand and jumping with the left-handed controls. So very difficult, just because the control of where you're going to jump and how far you're going to jump is really non-existent, and everything might as well be slippery at that point because you go flying so damn far. So the only thing I did good at was the actual just typing bit, because that was very easy. There's also multiplayer, but at the time I was playing it, it wasn't active, so I didn't get any multiplayer games. I believe it is probably someone typing and jumping. I believe it's both combined against another player would be my guess, but I'm not 100% sure. And that's all there is to the game. I don't know if there's any real story, because while you're doing the typing thing, it tells you a little story. It's more like a diary page from this wizard who's like, "Oh, have you ever slept for 1,000 years? I have," and then some gibberish afterwards.
Do you know the legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yes.
Fuck you.
All right. Well, Type King clocks in at $7.99. There is a demo that you can grab off the Steam store. What do you think of this? Is it worth picking up? Should people grab the demo and try it? What are your thoughts?
I say grab the demo and try it, because anyone can get good at the typing one. That's easy. If you don't like the jumping variant, then that's like 75% of the game. You're not going to like the game. And I honestly, I don't know how many people are going to like it because the jumping is so bad. So I would say get the demo. If you like it, try it. If you don't like the demo, then there's really no point at all, because it does not get better.
That's kind of fair with any game with a demo. If you don't like the demo, you're probably not going to like the full game.
Yeah.
Did you try the Unicorn Overlord demo yet?
No, I haven't.
You got to try that.
All I've been doing since I got home is updating shit on both my
computer?
on both my Xboxes. I haven't even gotten the chance to turn on my computer. I have to wait until this weekend to get the part I need for my computer.
What do you need?
I need some extra cables in the back to connect it to my computer screen.
Don't you just need an HDMI cable? Doesn't that work?
HDMI to HDMI, I think.
Yeah, so just a normal HDMI cable. Don't you have two Xboxes? Take one from the Xbox and...
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, if it's just HDMI to HDMI, then you just need a normal-ass HDMI cable.
Oh, okay. I thought Xbox is connected into the Xbox with some weird thing.
No, Xbox is HDMI, standard HDMI.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you're thinking of Xbox 360.
Yeah. I just assumed that all of them are like that, to be honest. I so rarely look back there that I don't actually know what it connects it to.
Yeah, pretty much every console now uses basic HDMI. So you should be able to just use whatever. Like if you have a spare HDMI cable around the house, you could use that.
Okay. Yeah,
as long as that's what the port that's on your computer and the port that's on the monitor, which it should be. I'd imagine your monitor has HDMI. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, my monitor is a TV, so yeah, it only has HDMI's at this point. So yeah,
but
I definitely have one somewhere. So.
Yeah, you got it. You'll get this shit set up. But we got one final game to talk about tonight. That is called PopSlinger, developed by Funky Can Creative, published by Artax Games, released February 29th. Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, and PS5 for $12.49. Join Rhea Carbon and along with the former PopSlinger heroine Jin in a whimsical adventure to save their planet from the otherworldly forces using their magic soda-powered guns while grooving to a funky and dynamic original soundtrack that reacts to your performance. Jacob, what is going on in PopSlinger?
So PopSlinger is a side-scrolling shooter game. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how else to describe it.
All right, it's very much $12.49. What's your no?
Oh my God, shut up. So anyway, yeah, it's like a side-scrolling shooter. Just think of it like a beat 'em up, except with guns. And yeah, it's about this girl who also has this like alien ghost robot. I don't know. Like, the dialogue is not particularly well written, and it feels like it. I couldn't tell if they were trying too hard to be like snappy with like the witticisms, or if they're like, you know, it's just trying to give it like a retro feel to it. I don't know, but I couldn't really make heads or tails of the story as I was playing through, and pretty much what it is that you have to use your soda gun to shoot all these baddies. And what I thought was kind of neat with it is that you can actually chain combos together, which will fill up this energy meter, and then your partner Jin can then do these like certain attacks depending on what it is. So for instance, if you get like 4 yellow, like if you kill like 4 yellow monsters in a row, that gives some sort of power. If you kill 4 purple ones in a row, that does another power. If you kill like 4 yellow ones and then 4 red ones, that gives you an even like stronger power. And the game doesn't really explain what they're going to do. You just kind of have to discover it for yourself, which like I wish I knew like ahead of time with some of this stuff, because it's just, I would have avoided certain attacks, because then you're like, oh, that was useless. Or I could have like, if I had known that that was going to be there, I could have, you know, killed off these aliens first and then gone back for the yellow ones. And then like that would have changed this, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, like there's a level of trial and error with it that, I mean, you're going to get with any beat 'em up style game. So, I mean, like, I was frustrated by that, but if anything that I was frustrated by, it was the controls for the game. They are way too damn loose, and it just like it never feels right.
In what way are they loose? Like, what do you mean?
So controlling the character, it's just like what would feel like a small nudge, like it like would propel them forward even more than expected. And I could never really get a grasp on like what the game was, how the game really wanted you to move, or like the speed that it wanted you to move at. And it is music based, which that's pretty neat too, because I mean, there is a general track that goes along with like the aliens as they're appearing on, but your little like soda blaster thing, that also creates a beat too. And so if you just press like a normal thing, it'll enhance it a little bit. But then if you like just leave your thumb on the the trigger button for the gun, then it actually provides a constant beat, and then the music really gets hopping. Honestly, the soundtrack is really the best thing about this game. It's funky, it's cool. You know, honestly, I enjoyed that aspect, and I would I don't know if there is a soundtrack for it. I would download that.
Very cool.
The game, it's, if you're looking for a retro challenge, sure, but I don't know. I just felt like there's other better titles out there.
Yeah, well, here's a question for you. What do they have in terms of options? Because the one PR email that I got for this game touted the crisp, high-res art that you can enjoy in 4K resolution on the Series X. And I'm looking at screenshots of it on the store page, and they all look super blurry with some kind of CRT filter on them. Can you turn that off?
I didn't know about like a special 4K thing. The only way I ever saw it was the CRT filter.
Did you check the options?
I didn't, no.
You wiener.
Not for that anyway.
You should fire up the game right now and check.
I can't.
Why?
Because I'm nowhere near my Xbox.
Walk to it.
No.
Why?
Because I'm laying in a recliner right now. I'm covered in multiple blankets. I'm comfy.
Lazy shit.
Like, no, not happening. I'm in my Snorlax blanket and a tortilla blanket on top of it.
You're a wiener.
I know. On the plus side, there's a lot of achievements that are easy to get right off the bat. So if you're an achievement hunter, like honestly, like playing like 10 minutes of the game, you can easily rack up over 600 points. It's just a lot of shoot aliens kind of achievements.
I'm firing up the game to check if it has a CRT filter, by the way.
Okay.
Tell us more about the game while I'm looking this up, because you didn't. I'm sitting through the story. I can't skip it.
Yeah, well, that's your fault. And now you have to sit through like the not great writing. And yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for more from this game, but
hey, tell us more about the soundtrack. What kind of genres are in it?
Oh, it's all just like funk, like techno. Like, imagine that somebody tried making like Jet Set Radio, but for the Super Nintendo. It would be like that kind of stuff. Like you got funk, like kind of like funky techno stuff, and then of course like the different sounds, whether it's coming from the monsters or from your ray gun or your soda gun, like that affects like the beat and the tempo too. So it's pretty neat, to be honest. Like when it works properly.
There are no options in this game. There's none.
Cool.
Nothing.
Cool.
I went to the game. I hit start.
Wait, did you hit the shit? I'm trying to remember which pause menu I'm thinking of. I
can't wait to hear that with the truncate silence, where it's just going to be like 4 random noises of yours in a row.
No, because I'm trying I'm trying to remember whether it was Cavern of Dreams or that one, and unfortunately, I can't remember what the pause menu for PopSlinger looks like.
I don't think there is a. There's. Oh man, it's like the menus and stuff look crisp, and the HUD looks crisp, but the actual game is just. I can't do this CRT shit. Yeah, you pause it. There's get back into it, retry, or I'm out of here.
Oh,
nothing else.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I was thinking of Cavern of Dreams pause menu.
Oh man! All right, devs, if you're listening, you need to include a filter or an option to turn off the CRT filter. I will not play this game because of the fuzzy visuals. Like I can't do it. I need the crisp 4K artwork. It's too blurry for me. It just I don't care that it's nostalgic and it's a throwback to retro. It looks blurry and it looks shitty. Let me turn that filter off.
Well, anyway.
Yeah. Well, the game's $13. What do you think of it?
Oof. Retro fans will find something to like here, I think. But honestly, I'd wait for a sale on this one. The difficulty is a bit much for what it wants to try to achieve, and the other stuff in it, like the writing and the characters and the steep difficulty on it, I think it's going to turn off a lot of people, unfortunately.
Makes sense.
But on the other hand, the soundtrack's pretty banging.
Cool. Well, that is it for this episode. We made it through. We are done. We are finished. Big thanks to Ryan Niemiller for coming on, chatting with us, hanging out with us. Thanks to you two for being here and existing, I guess.
We didn't even talk about how I leaked the information about him being a guest.
Huh?
No. On the Facebook page.
What do you mean you leaked it?
I leaked the news that Ryan was going to be on the show. I was very devious.
I never hype up guests. Ever.
Shh. I had exclusive information that no one else could have reached.
Except me, because I set up...
Not even you.
Music this episode. We played House the Great last episode. We're going to play some more, because I love House the Great. He's good people's. Alex is a good dude, and I can't wait to see him at VGM Con. So, I'm going to play some of his music, and does anyone have any final words to end the show?
During this entire show, I built one bazooka for one of my gunpla.
Which one?
It's for the Shinaju Stein.
Which one's that from?
That sounds dirty.
It is. It's filthy. I think it's from 00, I think.
Oh, like Mobile Suit Gundam, like just 00?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I've never seen that one, so... Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen where it's from either, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's where it's from.
You're like me with Star Wars figures. It's as long as they slap a Star Wars name on it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, this was at the point where I had more money than common sense, which was last year, before all that shit happened with my house. So I was just like, oh, that's pretty, I'll get it.
And now you're finally getting around to it?
Yeah, I have 30 of them to build.
Yeesh.
And I have more incoming, so, I haven't learned anything.
Nah, you never do.
I like how I asked for final words, and it's just going on a 10-minute tangent.
Shut up.
It's a fantastic 10-minute tangent.
Yeah,
Leave it be.
Aki and I are having a nice, peaceful conversation. Why don't you just shut the fuck up, Joe? Jesus. Gotta ruin everybody's fun.
Yeah.
So anyways,
had to ruin
Aki.
the moment. But now, I'm gonna be getting the entire Gundam Wing protagonist line soon.
Ooh. Wait, hold on. Like, as in Gundams or models of the pilots?
The Gundams themselves.
Oh, okay. I remember years ago Bandai released like a special pack of action figures that was just the pilots, and you couldn't even like move them, and I was like, what the fuck is the point of this? I'm not going to spend $30 on this shit.
It's like just for people who like to collect those things. I don't. I think they're dumb.
Yeah, no, I'd rather have the little action figures. I still have a bunch from Gundam Wing and whatever else I could get my hands on.
Nice. I have a bunch of figures too.
Maybe one day Aki and I will have a battle with our Gundams. It'll be great.
And
Joe won't be invited.
Exactly.
Is Joe even still here?
Here's House the Great.